Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you are. And welcome back to the beta plans. We are going to discuss a little bit of Hearthstone, because the whispers of the old gods has arrived, and it's, well, shaken up a little bit of the world of Hearthstone. Now, I am by no means an expert in Hearthstone, and there are channels that are much larger who have given their opinions, but if you want to hear my opinion, because we YouTubers do love to sprout our opinions, then why thank you for listening to me. Let's dive right into it, shall we? The first one I want to discuss is the Ancient of Lore. It was a 7 mana, 5/5 draw either 2 cards or restore 5 health, and that has been changed to draw a card or restore 5 health. Ow. That is a big nerf, in my opinion, because if you compare that 7 mana with a 5/5 to the Azure Drake, 5 mana 4/4 drop with draw a card and get 1 spell damage, I think it's been overshadowed. The fact of the matter is, do not underestimate also that +1 spell damage that you get for free on top of the card draw, because it works wonders, for instance, with Swipe. Because that all of a sudden would do 5 damage to your major target and 2 damage across the board. And there are also better restore health cards. So I think that the Ancient of Lore has been nerfed to such a thing that he is... Well, because of course you have the option to do either of these things, restore 5 health or draw a card, it still has some use, but I think this was a little bit too hard, and I think it should have probably been given a 5/6 or so. Like a little bit of a buff in its health, or otherwise attack, whatever you will. This seems to me like it has become, less viable to use. That is not, however, the only change to Druid that is, major, and this is a change that a lot of aggro Druids are going to cry blood and murder over, and that is Force of Nature. Force of Nature used to be a 6 mana drop free 2/2 treants with charge, and they would die at the end of the turn. That has been changed to 5 mana, drop free 2/2 treants. They don't have the charge mechanic. Which means you can't instantly throw down in turn 9 with Savage Roar to have 12 damage on the board. Expendable 12 damage. But I am not entirely against this, and okay, people are going to be angry with me, but it just requires an extra turn setup. And now the card, Force of Nature, feels a little bit like Muster of Battle, because that does summon 3 1/1 Silverhand Recruits, but it also equips a weapon. And saying that, Silverhand Recruits can be buffed, for instance, by a Horse Trainer, if I say it correctly, in the 3 mana 2/4 drop +1 to all Silverhand Recruits. So yes, I can see that this is somewhat weaker than Muster for Battle, but it's not bad, Force of Nature. It's not good anymore, it's just not bad. And it can still work with Savage Roar, but you just need a little bit more setup time. Keep those Force of Nature treants hidden behind a decent taunt card that won't die. Yeah, it means that face Druid or aggro Druid will be a bit more difficult, but hey, now it works more or less also like the Shaman. Because Bloodlust, well, most of the time when you cast Bloodlust, which does give +3 damage, but okay, it's Savage Roar is 3 mana. It is, well, you also need to prepare there a little bit before you do it. So, you know what? That seems to be, to me, to just even the playing field. However, another thing for aggro decks was the Arcane Golem. At 3 mana, 4/2 with charge, and the fact that you would give your opponent a mana crystal, because, well, for 3 mana 4/2 charge, it had to have some negative effect. However, its charge mechanic has been removed, and it has been given 4/4 as its stats, but still with the same, give your opponent a mana crystal. At 3 mana 4/4, and I give my opponent a mana crystal, well, with an extra mana crystal, there are certainly some cards that could be on the level with that 4/4, and you have given him an advantage for the rest of the game. Until you both get 10 mana, but to be honest, this card seems to me to be really now not good. In fact, a wee little bit bad. This should have been a 4/5 then, or something like that. I don't know, but I say Arcane Golem has become Well, unplayable would be too harsh, but kind of bad. But these are not the only changes they have made, not only to aggro, or well, to drawing cards, they've also made changes to minions that silence. Once again the druid has been hit, and well, the keeper of the grove has been hit. It used to be a 4 mana drop 2/4, with either deal 2 damage or silence a minion, but now it has become 2 health. That seems a bit harsh to me as well. I would say 2/3 would have been better, because well, the fact of the matter was, what you could do is do 2 damage, for instance, kill a 3/2, attack a 3/2, and then survive. Okay, that is a wee bit crazy, but if it is 2/3, it could take down a 3/2 and something very small. With its 3 health, but with a 2/2, it's going to die very instantly. And a 4 mana at 2/2, 2 health also means it's very, well, susceptible to spells that do 2 damage, and there are enough of those around. So, I think the Keeper of the Grove has been nerfed a little too hard. But apparently they want to nerf Silence really hard, because well, the other card that I am really not in agreement with how hard it has been nerfed is the Iron Beak Owl. Now, bear with me, it was used in every deck, so yes, I can understand that it needs a nerf, because at 2 mana, having a 2/1 with Silence was always good. But at 3 mana, 2/1, no? Then I rather would have a Spellbreaker. For 4 mana, having 4/3 and Silence, this seems to me to be the new Iron Beak Owl. Yes, it's 1 mana more, but look at its stats increase. It's like more than double for 1 mana extra. This doesn't seem right to me. Now, if you want to move Silence to the mid-game instead of the early game, and which I can understand, then at least make the Iron Beak Owl 2/2. This is too harsh. I am going to dust it. And I will do so even on camera in a moment, just to show you how much I am not in agreement with that. And that you can actually get your full dust back for all card changes. Very interesting and very worthy to note. Well, on to the next type of change, and that is to the Rogue and its Blade Flurry, sometimes nicknamed Blade Fury, because it was infuriating at times, because it was 2 mana, dealt all its damage, well, after destroying the weapon, okay, but to all means and the enemy hero, and Blizzard said that's too much burst, too much clear, and too cheap. So they didn't a big nerf to it. They doubled its cost, and it only now destroys enemy minions, does not hit the face anymore. And that makes me think it's like a flame strike, if you will, or a cheap flame strike. And what do I mean by that? Well, flame strike, and I realize I haven't put the card into this little slideshow to show you, but that is a 7 mana and 4 damage across the enemy minion board. Blade Flurry could, well, get that as also a 3 mana with, for instance, some Poison Blade and what have you not. And can do that damage as well. But that, of course, costs more cards, but then you have the opportunity to also do it sooner with less damage at 4 mana. So I think the card is still somewhat viable, but in comparison to what it was, and it was crazy card. I mean, it needed a nerf, in my opinion. A lot of rogues are going to cry blood and murder for this as well, and they're going to be very angry. But I think it is understandable, and that may, however, be because I don't play rogue a lot. So, start flaming me in the comments. Alright, and then on to the next group of changes, and which I think is one of the changes of the standard staple cons that needed to change. For instance, one of the cons that I really thought it was very annoying to fight against was the Knife Juggler. At 2 mana, 3/2, and deal 1 damage whenever you summon a minion, it was crazy good. Because with its free attack it could also take out quite a beefy creature of even, for instance, a 4 mana drop. It has now been changed to 2 attack, and that I think is a much fairer. It still has a very cool mechanic, but it's still susceptible to removal. Once again, 2 health. Quite a bit of things do 2 damage. And with 2 attack you don't lose your tough creature, and then it has been able to perhaps, well, with a little bit of setup time with, for instance, Implosion or what have you not, been able to do quite a bit of stuff. So, you know what, at this level, okay, fine, Knife Juggler. The other one that's been changed is the Leper, and I think this one is a wee bit too hard, because it was a 1 mana 2/1, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero if it died, definitely. It now has become 1/1 attack. Now I understand that the card was too good because I had for instance 1 mana, dealt 2 damage, he couldn't deal with it, let it stand another round, then he hit it with a creature, and then the death rattle went off, meaning more or less 8 damage for 1 mana. Ouch. That's a wee bit hard. But at 1 attack, I don't know. It might still see some play, and I might keep it. I have one. I'm not sure on this one, to be honest. And perhaps that is good if you have to consider, like, is this worth it or not. But if I would consider, well, once again, I don't have the card, but also it doesn't the basic card. If you would consider to a mechanical gnome, which is a 2/1 and has death rattle, give a spare part to you. Spare parts are very nice because they are 0 mana and they have well, has a spell function, so it can combo nicely, for instance, for a mana worm or what have you not. It can combo well with other cards. And if you get a +1 attack, well, 2/1, +1 attack for our next minion, you have already the damage of the old Leper Gnome. So I'm like, I rather would have seen this to become a 2/1, deal 1 damage to the enemy hero, or deal 2 enemy damage to a random enemy minion. Yes, and it's me saying random enemy minion, but in that case you could have, for instance, well, countered it with a 1-drop 1/1 boar, and if then kill it, it wouldn't do its damage, and then you could put the next minion for the next turn, because we would be in turn 2 then, and if you had another 1-drop, you could do that. It would be easier to play around. I think this nerf is just a little bit too hard, but is it completely unplayable? I'm not sure. Hunter's Mark. I think this is a fine change because, well, Hunter's Mark was a 0-drop and changed an enemy's mean health to 1. Let's face it, if you use it on the right card, well, it could do like 4, 5, 6 damage, and that's for a 0 mana cost. Ouch. This is a fine nerf, in my opinion, just completely fine. Then Master of the Skies. Well, it used to be give a friendly minion stealth, now friendly minion stealth until your end turn, because there was some, I've never seen it though, an endless stealth creature combo thing that I think, yeah, whatever. Molten Giant. Molten Giant has been given 5 extra mana because they thought it was too easy to play this as a 0-cost card. Because you were at, well, yeah, 30 health normally. You had to be at 10 health in order to drop this to 0/0. Now you need to be at 5 health to make it a 0 drop. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier, harder for hand lock decks to use it. Which is fine. I think 0 cost for an 8/8 is a wee bit crazy, but at 5 mana cost at 10 health, you know, fine. So you don't have like Molten Giant, and probably then a Mountain Giant because his hand was full. You should probably drop that first. First Mountain Giant, then 2 Molten Giants, but well, you know what I mean. Then the last change that has to be made, and that is the BGH, the Big Game Hunter. At 3 mana, 4/2, destroy a minion of 7 attack or more. It was an awesome card because how many people do not run Dr. Boom in any kind of deck or what have you not, or even, well, I don't know, Ragnaros the Firelord will I use, or perhaps they want to use, I don't know, a Van Cleef that has been buffed. Well, then again, you tend to buff that to a 6/6, or, well, some people might buff it to an 8/8. There are enough cards that this could do wonders against, certainly at 3 mana, and with 4/2, it was still capable to, well, kill a minion of perhaps even 4 mana drop because of its 4 attack. At 5 mana, at destroy a 7 or more creature, still having the 4/2 stats, it becomes like an alternative Assassinate for people that are not playing Rogue, because that Assassinate is also 5 mana, but this is conditional, but you still have a 4/2 drop. But then for 5 mana, you know, this card is more conditional. I do think a lot of people will drop it, but I still think it has its place. So I'm okay with the change as well, and I can understand it. And with that, well, we have come to the end of all the cards, and we say goodbye. And let's dive right into it, shall we? And we have entered the whispers of the old gods. So let us see what I will obtain from my free decks. Now, of course, it is both generous of Blizzard, but it also has a reason. A lot of the cards currently work, like give +2/+2 to Ch'Tun, or however you pronounce his name. After all, it is an old god, and his name is not to be spoken by the decent folk. And, well, you need to have cards to immediately work with it, otherwise it becomes really difficult to do it at all. And thus we gain these 3 packs as well. But, very nice, very thank you, and, well, let's see what we can do. I don't know what is happening, however, as my game seems to be a little bit slow, but then again, this is the morning of the release, and, ooh. The Year of the Kraken. New way to play is standard. In standard, only the newest cards can be used. Yes, we knew that. Year of the Kraken. The cards you can use in standard change each year. Yes. But alright. Standard and wild. And I'm currently on wild. So, thanks to this, here, only basic cards, classic, and the last 2 years of cards can be used. It means that mech deck no more, which is a bit of a shame instead. Yeah, I know how to do this. All of my decks have become 5 old god packs, win 2 games in standard format. Really? I need to create one, because I also actually bought a few cards, card packs with gold right before the end in order to create a mech deck, but apparently I have nothing available to me. Well, first go to my collection, because I will keep my word to you, and on the camera they are going to, oh, this is also different. I am on camera going to say I am going to dust my 3 Iron Big Owls. And I will show you that for every card change that has been, and if you are very unhappy with it, this card was recently modified, so its disenchant value has been adjusted. 40 dust! Kaboom! And kaboom! Thank you so much, we no longer have Iron Big Owls. I'm not sure if my Leper Gnome is going to feel the same fate. I still need to think about that. At 1 mana... Is there actually a Death Rattle at... I don't know... Oh, Naxxramas is also... Wow! Yeah, no wonder that Naxxramas is also, of course, now wild. Ouch! That's really bad, because that's kind of what I did a lot of things on. I don't think there's a good mono. This is 2-1 with taunt, which is also nice, but give a random friendly minion 1/1. Zealous Initiate, Death Rattle, give a friendly minion 1/1. And he is a 1/1 himself. I don't know. It seems alright. Let's first see what my new packs have for me in store now, huh? Welcome from the old gods. Ch'Tun would like to be the first one to welcome you with his tentacle embrace. Yeah, deal damage equal to the minion's attack, randomly split among all enemies, and well, there are ways to bot this card, because at 10 mana 6/6, oh, it does do also the battle cry, but ooh, and there are the Harbingers of Doom. Give Ch'Tun +2/+2 wherever it is. Yeah, even if it's just in your deck, he will get this buff, and that is how you more or less work with it. Not only that, of course, let's not forget there are, well, new legendary card, for instance, that will recreate him if he has died, for instance. Ooh, that sounds effect. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. At 3 cost? Not as a Death Rattle? Oh, wow. And Duskboar Beast. 2 mana 4/1. That is interesting. Because what is the Lava Rager? Isn't that a 3 mana drop for 5/1? I'm not sure. Combo, gain +1/+1. Bladed Cultist. Whoa! Whoa! Wait. 1 mana drop, 1/2, and it becomes a 2/3? pretty easy if you combo it and it's only a 1 mana drop. That seems really good. Though it's not stacking, of course. You cannot suddenly buff it. Huh. Deal 1 damage to all other minions. This is to all enemy minions. This is to all minions. But it's also free, so.
Rare.
And we have a rare Selfless Hero, 1 mana, 2/1. Give a friendly minion Divine Shield as a death rattle. Alright, alright. Let's see what else we have in store. Twilight's Geomancer, Taunt, Battlecry, give Chitoon Taunt, wherever it is. Ooh, I like that. I like Taunt in general, and for 2 mana, 1/4, I don't think that's bad. Twilight Elder, I have seen this one already. At the end of your turn, give Chitoon +1/+1, so you want to keep him alive, and 3/4 for a free mana drop. Not bad.
Rare.
And here's my rare again. Doomcaller, give Chitoon 2/2, wherever it is. If it's dead, shoveled into your deck. It's exactly the card I was talking about, and I got it, the Doomcaller. This probably will find its way into my deck along with Chitoon. Because if it dies, you can resummon it. I like it. Equip a 1/3 rusty hook. And it's a pirate as well. That's not a bad card. And Squirming Tentacle, 2/4 with Taunt at 3 mana. Normal, okay card. There we go. 8/8 Eldritch Horror 6/10. Yeah. It's okay, don't get me wrong, but it's not special. Give a friendly minion. There we have the Zealous Initiate. We just looked at another Twilight Geomancer. Having 2 of them in your deck though is a little bit... You cannot give Chitoon 2 twice taunt, so not sure if that is right. Transfer your minions into a random minion that costs 1 more. Okay. Wait, I got 3 Twilight Geomancers? Well, that's a little bit overdone. Well, and here I'm going to end this little intermission. Because of course I'm going to make it an extra long episode because there's a new a whole new DLC out and what have you not. But first I need to construct myself a deck, and I'm going to, well, definitely dust one of those Geomancers because, you know, I don't want to be annoying, but I don't need 3 of you. So I'm afraid you're gonna go down, down, down. And probably I am going to, well, create some of the new cards in order to get a nice corrupt deck, if you will. I'm not sure if that is going to be the name given to it, but alright. Where is that lava river? Yeah, here. 3/5/1. 2/4/1. This seems much more mana cost efficient than Magma Ravager, which I never ran anyways, but interesting. Alright, well, time for me to construct a deck. I'll see you in a flash. And we are back. Going to play in standard mode, and I am actually playing against a watcher of mine. And what have I done? Well, I have built myself a deck around Rogue. And, well, I played him before, but apparently, as you already can see... Oh, we are fighting both with Rogues.
I always do.
This will be interesting. This is a wee bit too heavy. I will keep the Harvest Golem. Not the best opening hand. That's not much better. And there comes a dagger to my face. Oh no, he doesn't. He waits for it. Oh, and there is Chitoon, but that is not good enough. Ay, ay, ay. I am not happy with my draw here.
Do you hear its call?
No, I do not hear its call.
Listen closely.
Alright then. Oh, I don't want to use a double eviscerate, but you know what? I have an idea. We want to have the Twilight Elders.
Incredible.
And finish it off.
Thank you.
I don't know why he thanks me for that.
Cthulhu is my shield.
Oh, wow, and he is a 4-2.
Here we go.
Let's see what we can do. I want to get this taunt out in order to buff out our own Twilight Elders. But yeah, Chatoon's chosen Divine Shield Battle Cry. Amazing. A non-comboed Eviscerate. That's interesting.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Your minions think you are weak.
I am not getting the calls I need. That is definitely clear.
Here we go.
That's a really weak Eviscerate, but I kind of need to have the board back.
Take your medicine.
Alright.
Do you hear its call?
Why? Oh, this is at the end of the turn, of course. Sorry. I was wondering, like, I should get my Chatoon higher, but...
Your minions will abandon you.
That is what he says, but... Oh, darn it, for my opponent's hand, and does he probably has Chatoon now? Ugh. That's not good. Yeah, he has a lot of cards that I just don't have.
Are you my master?
It's coming!
Hey, lights out.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Let's not use a deadly poison yet. I'm not sure if that will be wise.
You have already lost.
A proper sap.
Feed the fish, landlubber.
Mistakes were made.
Whenever you equip a weapon, yeah, that's the other way around. So I'm sorry that what happened.
This way.
Do you hear its call?
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Hey, lights out.
Don't forget that we have split among all enemies. As soon as I get to it, I have a very good chance to instantly kill him. This fight hasn't really gone well for me, but deals damage equally to its... Well, it means... Deal damage equal to this means attack randomly split among all enemies. He is an enemy. But we currently have not enough mana.
Well met.
11-11 right now. I think my Chatoon is now slightly bigger than his.
I am undefeated.
Uh-oh. Oh! That is painful for me. Because now he has charge and taunt. Oh, sorry, he has Taunt and Divine Shield, what am I saying? If now I draw my Assassinate, I will be a happy camper. It's my Assassinate that I need. Nope, that's not my Assassinate.
Sever my wrath! You're not that shy.
It's coming!
Hey, lights out. Hey, lights out.
11-11, don't
Here
forget
we
that.
go.
We have him on deadly damage as we have to tune in our hands. That's my reasoning here. But this is a dangerous one. This is a dangerous play. Oh wow. Nice card.
Is close.
Indeed it is. Ooh. We win.
Here we go.
We win.
My dreaming ends.
And there we go! Kaboom! Chutun gives me the kill as I clear the board. Well, that was a very silent conversation, but I win. And Funky Monk says, no. Man, I think I have been this silent ever for a match that intense, that trying to learn about the new cards. Wow. I still hope you enjoyed my very first match with a Chutun deck. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you that I'm opening up more packs, because if you're playing, well, the old gods right now, you need to have 2 victories in order to get 5 extra packs, and then another 7 victories in order to open 5 packs, and I have, well, quite handily won that, actually. So, I'm quite pleased with myself. I haven't showed you, however, the other cards that I unlocked. I'm so sorry for that, but I really immediately wanted to use them. This is just because I want a rogue match. So what have I all won? Well, it's quite easy to show you, however. I just need to pick up all the old guards. I have gained a few druid cards, which one of them that comes to my eye is summon a 2/2 slime or gain an empty mana crystal. 2 options, druid card, and a 4 mana free. And you nerf the Keeper of the Grove to 2/2 for a mana with 2 options. Okay, there's a silence in there, but still, gain an empty mana crystal? Holy heck. Also, Taunt, Battlecry, give Chutun +3/+3 wherever he is. 5/7, 6 mana. That is decent stats. In general, 6, 5, 7, Taunt, and then the Battlecry? Holy poop! Thank you. Also, give a minion +2/+2. It's a beast draw card. Decent cards, for certain. Okay, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Death Rattle, more or less, actually, this is a bit the card that I suggested for the Leper Gnome, so it's kind of funny, which you will see in a few minutes earlier, as this is a long video, on purpose. Yeah, I opened up another one of the Flame Callers. I don't know if that was in the last video, but I have Cold Sorcerer, I love her. Spell damage +1 after you cast a spell. Give your Chutun +1/+1. And yes, I have a whole rogue horror mage, more or less, Chutun stuff. And this little thingy with doodad gives me that this is all wild. So wild is apparently given with, oh, a tree branch. And these are the cards that I opened, and let me go quick for it before the video becomes so long that you have now fallen asleep. I have 2 evolves actually, and they are both of the rare quality, so guess lucky me. I don't like this card, though. No, actually I did like this card, sorry, that's the wrong one. Because this is paying 6 mana for a 7/7, even if it's an overload, I do like that. This can work very well with with a Knife Juggler and an Implosion and... ouch. But 3 mana, 1/5 with +1 attack. This is what I opened. And here is the rest of what I have. I opened another Duskboar. Yeah. Oh, I did open 1 legendary, by the way. I think it was an epic. If you draw 2 of these at the end of your turn, merge them into the ancient one. I have no idea what the ancient one is, but already being 9 mana 9/9, that must be an instant win, because losing 2 9/9s after with 9 mana, wow. But yeah, I have gotten some beefy stuff. I did not include this one into my deck, but the Doom Caller, yes, either +2/+2 to Tune, 8/7/9, or Tune gets resurrected. I love it. Well, that's all the ones that I got, and well, let's check out the latest one that I've obtained, and after that we end finally this video, because wow, it is an amalgamation of things that happens with the Old God expansion. Another fairy bat, alright. Well, it's a golden one, and we have already 2 of them, so we're probably going to remove that. Death Rattle Summon a 1/1 Shadow Beast. Okay. What is this? Shadow Word Horror for the priest, probably. Destroy all minions with 2 attack or lesser. At 4 mana. Oh, perhaps. Choose one to give your hero +4 attack this turn, or gain 8 armor. For 3 mana? That's a pretty okay one. Let's open this one. Let's see what we get. And sorry that I'm not looking as much to the camera as I normally do, but it's because I'm also looking at my new cards. Oh, we already got a Bog Creeper. That one is new. Taunt. Death Rattle Summon a 2/2 Slime. Midnight Drake. Sorry, Midnight Drake. Battle Guy Griff +1 attack for each other card in your hand. And it's a dragon. Holy heck, this is the 4th one of these. I'm gonna dust a few of that. Not the golden one, probably. And there's another rare. Darkshire Librarian. Battlecry. This card, a random card. Death Rattle, draw a card. What? You lose a card and then draw another, and you have a free 2. Well, there are cards, of course, that gain bonus based on discard cards, but not in favor of that one so much. Another one, another Cold Sorcerer! Awesome! Whoa, will this be a good pack? Discover minion, give it +1/+1. I think I already have 3 of those. Had already one of those. Had already one of those. Don't like this one. 2/2 for a 4 mana drop. I find that too dangerous, even if it is +2 spell damage, but you need a lot of mana to make use of that before it instantly is murdered. Ooh, this is a new one. When a friendly minion dies, give your Tune +1/+1. Oh, that one I like.
Legendary.
Legendary. Choke Gold, the next spell you cast this turn costs health instead of mana. That could be awesome, it could be highly dangerous. Deal 5, well, of course, you don't need to trigger that, but deal 5 damage to an undamaged character. Another rare. If your Tune has at least 10 attack, restore 10 health to your hero. Holy heck, that is awesome. And I've also seen one like that, which was for the warrior, which is actually slightly better, because that is... at least it does. If your Tune has at least 10 attack, restore 10 health. Not 10 health, but give your hero 10 armor. So that always triggers in comparison to 10 health. But I do think that's a 7 mana drop, 7/6 or so. So it's about equal. But still. Oh, I had one of those already. And then the last one. Deal 1 damage, summon a 1/1 Mastiff. In comparison to Hunter's Mark, I think that one is better. Corrupted Healbot. Restore 8 health to the enemy hero. Instead of 5 mana, 3/3, restore 8 health to you. Alright, another dragon. At the start of your turn, double his minions attack. Holy heck! Inner fire that thing. It's my first thought on that. Another one of those, we'll dust it. And another one of those. Well, with that, I finally can say, I thank you for watching. And remember, great peril yields great terror.